Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the BC Wrestle Pod Network Conglomeration Syndicate YouTube thingy that we do. We're just like everywhere. We're like a certain federation. It's just pimp ourselves out and promote us everywhere and anywhere that we can.
The streaming empire of
Yes.
the BC Wrestle Podcast.
I don't know if I would call us an empire, but we have a nice little manor, or at least like a tiny little village hut.
A fiefdom, if you will.
Hey, you know what? In the 3 years we passed the 500 subscriber mark, which is a lot. It was just really tough to do in this economy with how many people do things on the internet. So I will take that as a win. So I appreciate everyone who's tuning in.
Welcome to the hamlet of BC WrestlePod.
Oh my goodness. And specifically, welcome back, aptly named the Takedown Troupe. Your TNA Wrestling Post-Show here at BC WrestlePod. My name is Mikey. I'm joined by my conglomerate companion, Radio Free Will.
You keep using the word conglomerate, and I'm going to be bummed that I'm not on the AEW show.
I mean, if your schedule allowed it, we're always open.
If it allowed it, it would.
So, but hey, who knows? The future is wild. So things might change. So it's a not yet, but no is not an option yet. Oh, man. But we're here tonight to talk about the Thursday, May 21st edition of TNA Wrestling. This is the first of the many pre-taped episodes that came after our live Thursday episode from last week, which we didn't have a show for, but I watched. And I really liked that live show. There was some fun stuff, some good things. The 2 out of 3 falls match definitely lived up to my expectation and then some. I'm a little upset that they couldn't just let Leon become the longest reigning and youngest reigning X Division champion. He was 1 day away.
I'll be honest, I saw that coming.
Me too. I'm still salty. I saw it coming. I'm still salty though, but what a run for Leon Slater. And obviously he's taken some time off of TV. I mean, he's popping up in other places. He's literally on the House of Glory show tonight, and he's going to be doing some UK dates as well for Rev Pro. So keep busy, my friend, because hopefully this means that by the end of the year, we'll start putting you in that TNA world title picture. Because Lord knows that you and Mike Santana's feud will help save whatever we're doing with Mike Santana right now. So, anywho, y'all already know this intro. We go live pretty much every day of the week. We have social media at BC WrestlePod, merch, BC WrestlePod, shop.fourthwall.com. We have a Ko-fi, not a Kingston, maybe, possibly in the future. We'll see. But if you want to help us pay for all these massive amount of streaming services and pay-per-views, because we cover a lot, and we're also covering a lot more starting summer, you can donate, and that link will be in the chat coming up on Twitch and YouTube ever so often. But no pressure to donate because we know the times are tough right now. Just like some of these episodes of TNA, but that's okay. We love it. So let's just get into it. Because, okay, I didn't hate this episode. There was some stuff I really enjoyed. Like our main event was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And I was like, yes, this is great. Lots of stuff in between, lots of promo stuff. I'm like, I feel like these were unequally placed in the episode, but we'll see what happens. So let's just get into it.
Yep.
So we officially kick things off, though. The System kick off TNA. Of course, we have our tag champ.
I can't hear the System without going into strong bad.
For real. So, of course, this is our tag team champions, Bear Bronson, Brian Myers, our newly crowned X Division champion, Cedric Alexander, and Mr. and Mrs. Edwards.
And Eddie.
And
sorry,
Eddie.
bud. It's okay. You'll get a belt someday, buddy. It's okay.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. Oh, man. If you know where that quote's from, you're awesome. Anyways, so anytime we get the insert wrestler here kicks off the show, I'm like, I know where this is going to go.
Yep.
So the System talks a big game. Of course, we kick off this promo segment with, "Do you want to know something?" Good job, Alicia, for making me hate it again, but that's okay. You're doing your job, girl. Love that. And essentially, this whole entire promo from the system boils down to, we run this place. I'm like, do you? Do you?
It's when you like, guys, like, and I understand this is armchair booking, armchair writing for wrestling. I'm not a professional writer yet. I'm almost there. My game's almost done. But like, if you are going to present your faction as we run this place, you need to either be so disruptive to the status quo that you are undeniable, show off that you have enough political power to do whatever you want, and you know what? That's really about it. There was a third example that I was thinking of, but because I have the three examples I have in my mind for this are D-Generation X, Evolution, ironically both featuring Triple H, and Bullet Club. NWO would be another example of that. Like, if you're going to say, like, we run this, you need to either be disruptive or you need to be disruptive and back up in the ring that, like, we just destroy everybody and we run this. Or you need to have the political sway of somebody like Triple H or Hogan and say, yeah, no, we run this because we do. We've been at this for so long and we've played the game long enough to make this real, to make this our thing. I will tell you one thing that the system does run away.
Well, that's a great lead into this because you say all this, and if you say you run this, you have to. But how do we know they don't run TNA? Because at the end of the whole group talking, saying that they run this.
You see what I did there? That was on purpose.
That is a segue. And
I'm kind of good at this improv writing shit.
Just only a lot. Really good. After they get done saying they run this, they show that they only can really run away because Fabian Eichner comes out, says that he is here to make a name for himself and get some championship, and Cedric Alexander's X Division championship looks pretty good right now, and proceeds to dismantle the whole system, at least to get them to run away. You literally have a 4, in terms of the guys, it is 4-on-1, 5-on-1 if you count Alicia. Boys, it is one man, and y'all look like chumps. And Fabian Eichner made Cedric Alexander look like a jump. I'm like, damn, TNA, damn.
Fabian Eichner, also known as we have Claudio Castagnoli at home.
So I'm just like, well, so much for that.
And you know what? And that is one thing that TNA really needed, was another guy popping off Italian catchphrases.
Ayo, let's get some gelato.
I mean, between Santino and Stax and
we gonna get to them because I was like,
I know.
Oh my god, we're gonna get to that because I'm like, what are we doing?
Yep.
Just like this next segment, I was like, Daria.
Okay. This one made me laugh because, like, we've talked before about our appreciation for the, like, more polish and production value on the backstage segments, and I'm 100% here for all of it. This one looked like the start of a porno.
I was like, what is this filter? This doesn't canonically. Canonically, Will, we know this doesn't look right because I was like, guys, it's not even this. They're both not even in the same genre. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there so we don't get too much demonetized. But I'm like, they're not even in the same genre. Macklin, I'm also going to talk about you a little bit later, but just like the blank stare and just the non-talking, I was just like, what happened? Like, sir, I know what happened to you was really bad, but you didn't get lobotomized. I need you to, I'm gonna tell you like I tell my students, I need you to use your words. Like,
yeah.
but Daria, essentially, this boils down to Daria just having a whole entire. Essentially, she's having a monologue. Macklin's here, but he's not really contributing to the conversation.
There's been a bit of that. It's like what's the term for it in theater? Soliloquies.
Uh-huh.
It's not a monologue necessarily. It's a soliloquy, just with an audience member. And yeah, and that's what it is. Steve Macklin. It's not a monologue. It's a soliloquy where Steve Macklin has just joined the audience.
For reals, I was just like, I feel like I walked into them practicing on some promo stuff. Like, what is this? But Daria, wants Macklin to take the title and bring prestige back to TNA. I'm like, Daria, the optics don't look great that you have to tell the white guy to bring prestige back when we have a whole Puerto Rican champion right now.
And especially with this filter, there's a part of me like, I want you to take the strap. And like, it's okay. I thought, are things okay at home, Daria? Sorry. Okay. Yep. I get it now. Yep. Sorry.
I was like, got it. Love that. I mean, who knows? Deonna Purrazzo and Steve Macklin might be into some kinky stuff. Who knows?
Hey, if ever
he likes to get Fujiwara armbarred.
Hey, if we're all consenting adults here, we absolutely we love a polycule here,
We love that. But yeah, this was so weird, and I was just like, Daria, I love you, but I will say you did give me some chuckles though throughout the show, because I was just like, God, you are so serious, and I kind of I love you for it, Daria. So more on Daria a little bit later, but right now we get into our first match, which can we even call it a match because it doesn't even go that long. But they're like, hey, Indy's really over with the crowd, and Elena is also kind of over with the crowd. How are we going to protect them? Let's cause a disqualification. And by who? I might add, well, Ariana Grace and her boyfriend. And then that causes issues with Santino. And Daria comes out again, and she is just like, no, you look stupid, Santino. We can't be doing this. And I was just like, Ariana Grace is still here. I'm like, well, this is going to be a story that continues.
Also, come on, Santino, we got to get a funny mispronunciation of the nickname for Stacks. I get it. It's one syllable. It's not easy to do that, but there are so many options. Smacks, slacks,
sticks, like something.
Sticks. Yeah, like it's.
Anyways,
come on,
whatever.
Man. Like it's
really, really quickly though. Hi, Nick. Daria, New Jersey native. Let's LFG. I was like, we love Daria, but she is so damn serious here. Nick, she is so damn serious. But I do appreciate her because she does give me some good laughs during this episode. And in general, because I do like her.
She's gotten a lot better since she started.
Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I'm here for it. I don't want her to be the heel person in charge because we've already had enough heel people in charge of the authority figures. But hey, you know what? We're here for it.
Also, I do want to take a brief aside because there was one thing that we didn't get to talk about. And I know this is not the AEW show, but I just want, personally, I want to send a huge shout out to AEW for bringing in the GOAT for the buy-in on Double or Nothing this weekend.
Yes.
I don't care if it's a pre-show. I don't care if it's an interview thing. I don't care if it's what capacity it is, as long as he is happy and healthy. Mick Foley is back, baby. Hands down, my favorite wrestler of all time. Bar none.
Mick Foley has always been on the side of good stuff. Oh, look at that. You're being invited, Will. Will, come on the AEW preview show tomorrow at 12 Eastern. LOL.
If I wasn't going to be out of town tomorrow, I absolutely would.
So, again, not a no, but we're going to get you on this AEW panel in some capacity.
Just Mick Foley, decent human being, great wrestler, funny, just like he is everything a good wrestler should be.
In and out of the ring.
Exactly.
I was like, and your children, Mick Foley, you raised them babies right.
Yeah.
But this is setting up, and we'll talk about it later. I was like, this is the feud that's happening, and something tells me that Indy gonna come back because her and Ariana be fighting still. So I'm like, okay. Oh, look at that. Great interview. Interviewed him 13 years ago. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Love that.
That is, when he was talking about doing another death match a couple of years ago, before he, started doing indie dates and realized, yeah, maybe it's still not a great idea.
He saw Ric Flair's retirement matches, like, nope.
Well, no, because honestly, if you don't mind me getting into this a little bit,
go for it, because we're done talking about this honestly until later.
So when he announced I'm going to go out for one more death match, he was still on the WWE Legends contract, which means if he's going to return to the ring, it's either going to be like the indiest of indies or WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a death match, WWE doesn't really do death matches anymore. They're not going to put that on the air as a send-off. Because honestly, I think not only because he was talking about getting back into training for it, it's because he was trying to get back into shape, which 100% respect. I would not be surprised if there was also sort of an aspect of him watching the landscape of wrestling at the time. Because at the time, you were seeing a lot of people who had been considered otherwise never going to wrestle again come back into the ring. And Bryan Danielson, Sting, Edge, these are all guys that were told, yeah, no, you're done. And they got better. So I have to imagine that that was a factor in it for him to say yeah, maybe actually have a decent run, have a proper send-off for Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mick Foley, if he just wanted to come back under his real name, but and I can remember when he said we're doing one last death match, thinking if he could get over to AEW, that would be the perfect place for it. Because obviously they're the sickos. You say death match, they say, so Wednesday?
Darby Allin will say, how many panes of glass do I get to go through?
Well, and see, and that was the thing, because it got to the point where I was starting to wonder who his opponent was going to be. Because if we're going to do one last death match, who's going to be, and especially when we're at a point, I mean, Sabu was still alive at the time, but he was not really super wrestling. But who's going to be the final opponent for Mick Foley? And knowing him, it's going to be to put over one of the younger guys. But thinking AEW talent at the time, there were three names that came to mind that I thought would be. There was the one that I didn't want to see happen, but was very likely, and that was Darby Allin. Because I'm on the record, not a huge Darby fan. The other one would have been sort of still a younger guy compared to Mick Foley, but also very likely would have been Mox. Foley versus Mox. Can you imagine that? But the one that I would really want to see, which is kind of ironic because now he's in WWE, would have been Foley versus Penta.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
that is the dream match for me. And I know it's never going to happen because of all the circumstances happening right now. Because if you've never seen a Penta death match, do yourself a favor, go on YouTube and look up Lucha Underground, Penta versus Vampiro, Cero Miedo.
Yep.
That match, it's not quite the same level as Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher level of carnage and intensity, but it's up there. And It's honestly what I think that's my favorite death match ever. Penta versus Vampiro.
Love that,
Yeah.
honestly. But
So
hey, I'm happy that him and Renee get to
yes.
open and do the buy-in/0 hour.
Yep.
And it's been really cool. MJF has already talked about how cool he thinks it is. Also, I think because you mentioned, one more death match or going fully, on the indie scene. I think that's the latter route he chose because Mick Foley popped up at
Yeah.
Joey Janela's spring break and was
And
part of the everybody coming back for Sandman's final match against the Invisible Man, which was great.
and I heard, and I thought I heard somewhere that he actually did take a bump at that, like a small one, not like it would nothing crazy.
He
But
did
like,
take a small bump, and he even now I want to believe Mick Foley let this be 100% true. But afterwards, of course, Sandman's retirement, Mick Foley is giving him words of affirmation and talking about his career and stuff like that at GCW's Joey Janela Spring Break event. And then he says, "I wanted to be here so bad." And I told them that when I wanted to do this, they will, Brett and Joey. So Brett Lauderdale, the owner of GCW, and of course, wrestler Joey Janela, his event. They're like, they wanted to pay me, but I told them I do this for free because I love you. I love professional wrestling. I'm like, Mick Foley for the win.
that's
So
why
I don't know how true it is,
how,
but he did not. He was
how,
given the option to get paid, and he told them he'd do it for free.
how does the meme sound go? That's why he's the GOAT.
Exactly.
The GOAT!
Mick Foley, we love you, and you're fantastic.
Yeah.
Unlike this segment in this feud.
Yeah.
We know Indy and we're gonna have a mixed tag team match at some point.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually kind of looking forward to. By the way, cameraman, you did Ariana so dirty when they turned to her and they showed her punching Indy. I was like, oh, those punches are not great. I was like, ooh,
Really? TNA cameraman had an off day? Mild shock.
that's crazy. Anyways, let's keep going.
I'm here for this.
Yes, Mara, Rosemary, and Ali are not done with the Elegance brand. I'm like, hell to the yes.
I'm here for spooky bitches fighting bougie bitches.
If you do this right, TNA, which, please do, this could potentially be some of the greatest stuff you can do just because we got like Will said, we got spooky bitches and bougie bitches. Like, let's go. So I love it. They're just like, oh, you thought we were done? We took care of the Diamond Collective. And so now we're gonna come after you girls. So I'm like, let's go. Elegance brand versus the spooky bitches, and Mara is great. Bring back the death dolls. Anyways. Love spooky bitches versus bougie bitches. Do this right, TNA, because literally this might be some good stuff.
Well, and also not for nothing, it's like the fact that the two biggest tag teams in the Knockouts division are the Elegance brand and the Diamond Collective. Both of them have that kind of like, we're richer than everyone kind of gimmick. No, we need some change. We need something new, something different, something.
Especially
spooky.
Because we literally went on a whole journey and we resurrected Allie to the land of the living.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's keep this going. So the feud that continues between the Hardys and the Righteous. This time last week we got Dutch versus Jeff Hardy. This time we get Matt Hardy versus Vincent, and Jeff and Dutch would be handcuffed to the ring posts, so they couldn't get too much involved. But when Vincent comes in with Dutch for their entrance, he gets on the mic and says he doesn't want to hear he's not here for Matt Hardy. He wants broken Matt Hardy. And so we get broken Matt Hardy, which I was just like, okay. So then the match happens. We're getting to the end. Ref gets knocked out. Key gets stolen. Lights go out. And we get the return of Willow. Which, on the one hand, I was just like, I like that. I was like, cool. But then I was just like, as much as I love this, I'm rooting for the Righteous. They need to win here. They need to win this overall feud. But this was a nice touch.
It's nice to dream that the Righteous will win this overall feud and the Hardys will actually put them over. But Whatever.
What do we want to do if the Righteous do win?
I don't.
We will paint our faces like the Hardys.
Hey, like I know we were just talking about how bored we were with the. It's funny because like TNA seems to be going like everything. They have two modes. Either let's change things up every week to keep everything fresh, or beat a feud to death with a stick. And like, this is getting the stick. Like, I don't know. I am frustrated. And the worst part is because they are so lacking in tag teams right now, this is the tag team. There's nobody actually challenging the system for the tag team titles.
That's the crazy part. We don't like these men's tag team titles are about to be not defended for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
But yeah, it's more Hardy's fan service. I really like it's. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Put a dollar in the bucket because I'm saying it one more time. Retire, guys, please. You've done everything you can do. You've had a good run. You've had a great run, even. Like, you may not be my favorite tag team of all time, but you are definitely in the conversation for greatest of all time. If someone were to tell me that they thought that the Hardys were the greatest tag team of all time, I couldn't argue that. Like, I could, because I mean, it comes down to one of those, it's a matter of preference in a lot of cases, and it's.
Yeah. So
yeah. So and now they're just repeating their hits. Now they're just repeating their greatest hits, and so that is proof positive that it's time to hang it up.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I would love for the Righteous to win, but who knows? I don't know what we'll do if the Righteous do win, but we'll paint our face like Jeff Hardy if they win. Do some theater kid shit with it. I don't know.
I'll dye Matt's gray streak into my hair
for a night. Hell yeah! Listen, if you become Matt Hardy, I will somehow manage to try to paint my face, and it'll be horrible, but we'll love it.
I'll be broken radio. All you'll hear from me is static for that one episode.
We will become bootleg versions of the Hardys if the Righteous win this feud. It's on the internet, so we're gonna put a pin in it and see where this goes. I doubt it, but hey, who knows? Crazier things have happened in wrestling. Anywho, let's keep this going though, because I should have said that Broken Matt Hardy beats Vincent, and I'm like, okay, moving on. I will say though, Willow, it's nice to see you. This is about to be the hottest mixtape of the summer if this actually came into existence.
Okay, all right, okay. While I was watching this promo, I had a thought. Elijah is where feuds go to die.
Damn.
Like,
look at his face. He don't want to be here either. Like
this. This is like, it's just. There's no follow-up. It's like, oh, who's Elijah feuding with this month? Oh, okay, it's going to be someone else next month. And it just kind of moves on. And it's like, and oh my God, you know what it is? And it comes up in this promo, in this segment, where he's like, I'm a drifter. It's just me and my guitar. He's the lone wolf trope from Dungeons and Dragons.
For real. So it's like,
it's like, oh, no, I don't interact with anyone. No, I'm a lone wolf.
Listen here, you edgy rogue.
It's what my character would do.
Gosh, ew.
It's get the God.
No to you D&D players out there. We love you. And me personally, I will never say no if we work together to do something creative. but I cannot stand the lone wolf trope. This is a cooperative, storytelling-esque, narratively driven game if you make it that way. You have to work with the players at your table.
And you know
so
what? So
while
is
they can be, so while they can be off-putting and you don't have to get along with every single party member, but you gotta at least work with them to accomplish something. You can't just be a loner. God, I hate that trope. Anyways,
and
that's
and that's what this segment reminded me of. And it's like, especially when someone like AJ Francis, someone who is notoriously I am the best in the world, he is the one reaching out the olive branch.
And honestly,
He's
like,
the one who says, like, hey man, we could work together. Like,
no, honestly, AJ has some, like, AJ is talking some sense. It's just like in this business, especially in this TNA locker room, like, without saying it, I read it as, hey, there's a lot of factions in here, and the numbers game is always going to be a problem. So if we can team up and we can even it out a little bit, or at least it not be a 1-on-4 or a 1-on-3, we can make some moves. Elijah, I need you, my baby, I need you to get over this I am a loner s thing, because you're gonna get your butt whooped and you're gonna want to somebody in your corner.
and
Now, you can be a little hesitant in that it's AJ, but at least AJ
Exactly.
will have your back if you both like D&D. Y'all don't have to be friends, but if you can accomplish something and if you have the same goal in mind, you can work around certain things.
Like, and once again, I can understand his hesitance for wanting to work with AJ. AJ has a bit of a history of throwing his partners under the bus.
And beating them up in a street fight like we saw last week with him and Casey's. I still hate the name that they called it, a Sacktown street fight. Yeah. It's just like, just call it a Sacramento street fight.
So, like, he has a history for throwing his partners under the bus. And, like, but it happened to KC. It happened to Rich Swann, you know. But the reason he did that is because he saw those guys as not carrying their own weight. You know, it's the weird thing about AJ Francis. He's the villain that makes a lot of sense. You know, like, you can see where he's coming from. He holds a high standard, probably too high a standard if we're being honest. You know, like, he's a bit too like one of these people. Like the reason he kicked out KC is because KC tore his ACL. That happens to athletes. You know, it sucks that it happens to athletes, but it happens. So, but that was his reasoning for kicking Casey out of first class.
Yep.
But it's still that thing of and when he kicked Rich out, because, like, Rich kept fucking up.
He kept making them lose.
Exactly. And so, like, here's the, like, it's, and ending with, like, you're going to regret saying no to me. It's like, I understand you both have anger issues, but, like, this could have been solved if you were like, let's see where this, we'll give it a match, AJ. Let's see where it goes.
But nope. Elisha's like, I only go, Dark Knight, you are not. I'm like, calm down.
And especially, that's the other thing about these two. If you put them together, make them a tag team, two of the big guys, like, this is their size, that would make them basically the Brothers of Destruction in TNA right now. And
it would give our current tag champs Brian Myers is pretty built, but you have Bear Bronson, who is also a big boy himself.
Yeah.
Like, he is big, like, broad-wise, but he is also a very tall person. I know this as a first-hand encounter.
Yep.
He is a sweetie, though. I'm just saying, and I will never stop saying it. Anyways, but no, Elijah had to be like, I go by myself.
So it's Teddy Bear Bronson.
It really be like that. Also, his wife is very lovely too. They're both sweet people, and I'm like, protect them at all costs, internet and wrestling fans. We don't deserve them. We could have had something cool, but Elijah had to be fuddy-duddy about it. I'm like, damn it, now they're going to be fighting. And I'm just like, gosh, it's man.
Just go back to your pipe, Aragorn.
Now, if they fight, and then Elijah realizes, be like, you know what, AJ, I think we worked out our aggression. Let's give it a try. They'll be like, okay, cool. Like Like, you needed to beat each other up real quick, and then we'll see where this goes. Literally, AJ should knock some sense into him.
Okay, you know what? And I called them the Brothers of Destruction. There's a built-in name, the Brothers of Discord.
Yes.
You can even spell it CHORD.
And again, please become a tag team so we can get the hottest mixtape of the summer.
Yeah. Come on, you could get Shabuzi in there to do the.
Y'all brought in Jelly Roll and Teddy Swims. Get them. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly though, Teddy Swims would probably be down. Anywho, so we'll see what happens next. I say this with a lot of stuff in wrestling, but we truly will see, because this is the start of something, and hopefully, will it be fun? I hope so. Probably not, but you know, we'll see where it goes.
See if they can make some beautiful music together.
Yes, exactly.
Next.
Santino just tells us that we're getting, for both the men and the knockouts division, we're getting a champions challenge, which you have the men's champions against a team of challengers, also known as the TNA All-Stars. And I'm like, I told y'all this the last time we brought the champions challenge. There should be stakes. If the challengers win this match, you make them all number one contenders, but that is not going to happen, and it makes me mad.
That is going to be a hilarious team, because it's going to be the System, Mustafa Ali, and Mike Santana.
Lord. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, and then you say TNA All-Stars. I'm like, no shade.
Okay, that's an oxymoron.
And I'm like, no shade, but like, outside of our champions, and I was just like, Leon Slayer's not here because he's going to be doing independent and UK dates. And then I'm looking at the rest of the men's. I was just like, the men's challengers potentially is also equally as dysfunctional as possible. I mean, I'm thinking like an Eric Young, AJ Francis, and Nick Nemeth.
Eric Young, AJ Francis, Nick Nemeth, Trey Miguel, Moose,
if his knees healed up enough.
Oh yeah, that's right too.
I don't know. This is weird. And then I look over at the knockouts division. I'm like, that's going to be small too, because you only have our women's champion again, the Elegance brand and Laying Lee versus. Honestly, I would put Mara and then Rosemary and Allie. Those are the only three I would be okay with seeing as a challenger team. And it seems that that's what we're getting, because we'll talk about Mara Sade a little bit later in the show. Because also, Santino, you lied to me. You said we would find out our captains, and like we found out the men's is. But I was just like, we did a piss poor job figuring out who was just. And this match is next week, so like we didn't advertise who's on each team, but whatever. So, but Daria is playing some games here because she does give Santino a match against Stax, which I'm like, I smell shenanigans. And then we'll probably end up getting a mixed match, tag team match. And then
Stax. What a stupid name for a wrestler. Why would you name yourself after the worst strategy in Magic the Gathering?
For reals, nerd. And then Eddie Edwards comes up and he gets a match with Fabian Eichner next week. I'm like, this can go one of two ways. You can completely nuke Fabian Eichner, or it could go back and forth, or Eddie Edwards loses yet again. And I'm just like, I don't like either option, but you know what? We'll cross that bridge and burn it when we get there next week. we got more show to talk about though.
A weird name. I like this match a lot.
I do. I wish it was a little longer, like 2 more minutes, but
I wish it was a little longer. I wish it was against someone that has actually signed a TNA contract.
Yes.
I wish they were using this angle as a way to introduce new talent to TNA, not just like one-off kind of things. But overall, a really good match.
I agree with you. Of course, TNA International Championship match. Mustafa Ali versus Chaz Starboy Hall. Still hate the name, but I will forever know him. Listen, for those of you who don't know, Chaz Starboy Hall, formerly known as his indie independent name, Mr. Starboy Charlie, is a very well loved and very well liked Southern California independent wrestler. So for those of us here in SoCal, know of Starboy Charlie. He always be popping up in the Southern California independent events, especially in GCW, Beyond, and all the other stuff. And we here in SoCal love him. He is our section of California's indie darling, so to speak. He's now signed to Evolve and NXT, so thus that's why he has the name Chaz Starboy Hall. But Starboy Charlie is fantastic, and we love him, and I will take no slander. He is my bias.
Absolutely.
We do love him, but I agree with you. This was a really solid match. I do wish it was a little bit longer, and I do agree with you. I wish that, we had a couple of signings, and this is how we're introducing these new signed talents to TNA. But I do like what Ali is doing. I mean, we had this,
Yeah.
we had his match with, Brooks, 2 weeks ago. So, and then with the announcement that at Slammiversary, every championship will be on the line, that also raises some questions of who Ali will be facing at Slammiversary in June. So, should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, didn't hate this. I was like, yeah, okay, here we go. Some good stuff to talk about. So, I'm not just clowning on some of the things. Mara Sade, I don't know if she ever will, but I need Megan Thee Stallion to pop up in TNA like yesterday. Mara and Megan would be so much fun. But anyways, so I forgot this man's name. He is combat sport.
Keith Jardine. I remember because I had to Google it because I had no idea who he was.
Okay. Mara, well, first, Keith is here taking a picture with an extra. Then he talks to Santino. Then Mara walks up and she politely interrupts the conversation. And Keith, just like as best as he can, just pushes Santino to the side. He pushes him off camera. And so Mara Sade asks for Keith to be in her corner because she knows that the Elegance brand is going to pull some fuck shit and she needs some backup. And I was just like, but more so, not just for her, but she's like, I know the Elegance brand and especially the concierge is going to pull some fuck shit. So I need your help in making sure that me and the rest of the girl squad are going to be okay. And I'm like, you know what, Mara? This is really smart. I do like this. I don't know what Keith's going to do, but hey, you know what? More numbers.
Okay.
It means
that's the second Homestar Runner reference tonight. Okay. Calling it the Girl Squad. And now my brain is just going, Teen Girl Squad. Cheerleader. So-and-so. What's her face? The ugly one.
Radio, if you could see a peek inside my brain, you will see so many obscure references that will make its way out at some point. Especially, listen, if the time is right, I will also start pulling out most popular girls in school material.
I don't think I know that one.
Oh man, I'll tell you off camera. It was part of the formative years of my college life. It basically, somebody had the greatest idea of taking like the Barbies and like making a stop motion web series on YouTube that was just like raunchy and out of the top. And there are still some lines that I quote to this day. It's just like, I'll tell you off camera, it's fantastic shit. But you know what, Mara? Good on you, girl. I don't know what Keith's really gonna do, but at least the numbers will even it out because the concierge and Mr. Elegance can't pull some no fuck shit. So good on you, girl. I got a chuckle out of this.
I did too, actually.
I was like, yo! I was like, never change, Eric. Yeah.
Speaking of people that take themselves way too seriously monologuing in front of Steve Macklin.
Yes. Eric Young cuts his promo and basically he tells Macklin, see, you fought me on this and you turned into exactly what I wanted you to be anyways. Choices have consequences, and Macklin's over here trying not to crack the fuck up.
I saw that. Like, I caught that. Like, I could see that on his face. Like, dude is biting his tongue so hard right now.
Look at this jaw. Look at his jaw. He's trying so hard.
No, this is serious. I'm a serious soldier guy.
And then when the camera said cut, then he laughed.
And this guy next to me is not saying the most batshit conspiracy theory bullshit I've heard in my life. And he's like, you're gonna be intense and like all your stuff in there, Macklin. I'm like just chewing the scenery. Like Eric Young in the future, when they make a biopic about Eric Young, he's going to be played by Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God.
Because
yes.
it's just going to be that like chewing the scenery acting, you know, that is that is what Eric Young is approaching Nick Cage. He's approaching the Nick Cage of wrestling right now. Just in that's like, I don't know if it's brilliant or awful, but keep doing it.
That's what I said. I was just like, I don't know where this is gonna go. I'm a little worried, but am I sports entertained? Yes. That's the term. I was just like, like actual wrestling wise, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but am I sports entertained? Yes. I cannot take that. I cannot take that phrase. I would like to give it to the originator herself, Miss Cresta Star over at Fightful, who uses that as her catchphrase. She's like, I don't know if this was good, but I was sports entertained. Love you, Cresta. But I was sports entertained with this one. I was like, this is over the top, but I am here and I was entertained.
And it's one of those like I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if he's doing it on I'm not sure if Eric Young has made a conscious choice to like alter the trajectory of this character that he's playing, or if it's just from exposure and just how ridiculous it's become that it has gotten into this just sort of like completely ludicrous, over the top parody of itself. You know,
activate ludicrous speed.
Pretty much. But yeah, like Eric, I don't know.
This picture is the thumbnail now.
I don't know. I don't know what you did. I don't know if you know what you did. But
we're here for it.
Yeah.
We're willing to see where this journey or car crash is gonna go. But I'm making this the thumbnail now. I was just like, never change, Eric Young. Never change. Like, since we've gone away from the cleanse to just this batshit crazy person, I'm here for it. Loved it.
He would be less crazy if he came out wearing a tinfoil hat.
Oh my gosh, crazy. For real. Anyways, so Macklin this whole episode looked like he's seen and gone through some shit. I was just like, damn.
He has gone full apocalypse now.
He really is. I was just like, The Walking Dead is calling him. Anyways, let's keep going. I'm mad at production for this one because we couldn't center the camera right, because when those wings hit behind Zaya, cameraman, if you positioned yourself correctly, that would have been a fucking cool shot. I do like the new theme song for Zaya, but this match was okay.
That is a grander praise than I have for it. Like when I saw this, okay. I watched this just this morning. And I was watching it while I was at work. Not even gonna lie, it was dead today at work, so I had time to do it. All right.
That's okay.
And when this came up,
and when also, they said I'm like sorry.
when they mentioned this at the beginning of the episode, saying like this is what we're gonna say, I actually had to I literally said out loud, ugh, really? So Jada Stone is improving. I'll give her that. Mm-hmm. All right. She's still not good, but she's improving. And Zaya, great new music, which is absolutely damning with faint praise. Because, like, she's still not great in the ring. The new gimmick is terrible.
I don't like this.
The whole like thin-skinned like I'm not listening kind of like, it's the worst. It has never worked for anyone. Like, if you're going to be that thin, the thin-skinned, like I'm like the fans are getting to, I can't hear the fans booze. No, you fight back. You yell at them, saying like, no, fuck you, you know? It's like it just the no. It's like, come on, really? This is the game we're playing here. It's Yeah, no, this, like, for me, the bar for this match was in hell, and they sort of tripped over it. You know, they cleared it, but not with any degree of competence, you know.
Yeah. Zaya wins. I know we're building up to her and laying Lee probably at Slammiversary. Um,
I I did feel bad. There was a, like, in with Zaya winning, I did feel bad for Jada,
mhm.
but there was also this weird kind of, there's a weird domino effect going on here. Okay? Because when Zaya won this, thus, and to say that she buried Jada that's overselling it. She didn't bury Jada, but she went over Jada.
Mhm.
One of the last matches I remember seeing Jada Stone in was when she was still feuding with Tasha Steelz, and she went over Danny Luna on Danny
Mhm.
Luna's way out. So it's like we fed one supremely competent wrestler in order to put this person over, and now this person is being used to put another wrestler over.
It's weird, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like there is still some stuff. I would rather see Jada continue to fight with Tasha for a little bit longer than we got.
Exactly. And that comes back to the whole thing of them, like, they keep trying to refresh things to try to make things feel fresh and new, but they don't give stories long enough. They
Especially in
either
the
give it
knockout
too long
division.
or not. They either give it too long, the Righteous and the Hardys, or not long enough. Jada Stone, Jada Stone and Tasha Steelz, and they don't give it long enough, and they don't let it mature on its own time.
Mm-mm.
It's
And then
like,
TNA is just like, what? Why are we not like? What is happening? I'm like, you
huh?
guys, you keep listen. Throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks is a method of wrestling that we have seen time and time again. The problem is that you throw things at the wall, something sticks, but then you peel it off as soon as it before you give it time to crystallize and coalesce and to
Is
see
it
if there's
could
something there.
could it be a matter of politics? In like
Hmm.
locker room politics, the very specific. Before we start, dropping any loaded sentences here, could it be locker room politics? Because if you think about it, the feuds that won't die are the ones involving people that have, like, a lot of sway within the wrestling industry, not just TNA. Like, it's the System, who, like, he's not in the System anymore, but Moose has a lot of clout on the indies.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric Alexander came from WWE. And then you also look at the Hardys versus the Righteous. I mean, it's the Hardy Boys. They're legends. And then you look at the main event title scene, and it's Mike Santana, who spent time in AEW and had a lot of experience in TNA back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then and hell, even like the international one, Mustafa Ali has always been like that guy that WWE didn't know what to do with. So he's got some swagger to, or what the industry term for in wrestling is stroke, in the back, so that he's able to have these longer running things like his international open challenge gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to their homegrown talent, like any sort of push with Danny Luna, or what's going on here with Zaya Brookside, or burying Jada Stone. Let's bring in Jada Stone. Hey, look how great she is. Okay, yeah, we're done with her. This gum has lost its flavor.
I know,
And
and I will always say this. I know losing Danny Luna, whether TNA saw it or not, it was a big hit for them. We view
yeah,
it as a big hit because
yeah,
she was, to me, she should have been the next one up to get that Knockouts championship. She should. Now I know
she,
visa issues definitely plagued it, but she should had TNA like not dropped the ball on getting Leon and Danny's visa issues
yeah.
fixed before that because they had almost a month and a half to do so. I truly believe that Danny would have taken the title off of Laying Lee at Genesis earlier this year and
She
then run with
Dan
it.
Danny Luna should have slotted in impeccably where Masha Slamovich left.
Mm-hmm.
The no, like the little to no change in any of the games. Like the only thing that you lose with that is the personal relationship history that Masha Slamovich had with various
Mm-hmm.
members of the locker room. And even then, Danny Luna had some of that because of her former tag team with Jody Threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like you it
TNA
doesn't
doesn't
take
know what it's
much.
doing with the Knockouts division is essentially what it is because
You
you
could have
bring up.
ended that sentence after TNA doesn't know what it's doing.
Well,
Period.
no, period, right? But especially, I mean, I only say that because you bring up, like the potential politics, and all of the people you mentioned tend to also be men, and I'm not,
Yeah.
which you know, I think it's a whole plethora of things. I think I think it might be that. I also think that the people in charge of creative and booking is also trash. Like,
Yeah.
Lord knows, I was just like, I know people love him to death, and I don't want to discredit him in terms of like his career, but Tommy Dreamer as a booker doesn't work for me. Delirious as a creative doesn't work for me. It never has. Gail Kim was the only one of competency, and then we saw how that turned out. And then, she got fired. Like, I don't think Scott D'Amore was like the end all be all god, but damn, that man did wonders pulling TNA out of the Jeff Jarrett owned era of Impact. And he built it up into something where people wanted to be there. And then when Anthem, came into the picture and then Scott got fired, like, and then you started to see the exodus of like people like Jordan Grace and Josh Alexander and other folks. I'm just like,
Joe Hendry,
damn,
Jake something. It's yeah.
I'm just
They just started
I was-
hemorrhaging people.
I'm just like TNA, and I say this all the time. I was just like, you got to get it together. Will you? I don't know, probably not. But hey, it just sucks, especially for our knockouts division, because I'm
Yeah.
like, the potential. You have a lot of potential up and comers, and you can give them the time in the day, more reps to work with. Your more what little established knockouts that you have in here. But I'm like, it's frustrating. All right, let's keep going because we still got
Yep.
stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Now I'm mad and depressed, but as I should be, because I want better, damn it.
Yep.
Especially for our knockouts division. This is where Macklin decides to reboot, and then he almost gets into a fight with Santana. I was like, damn. He remember
just when you said reboot, I'm just picturing it's like the entire episode is Macklin just sitting there, and then all of a sudden Mike Santana walks by and you just hear gong.
exactly. That's what it felt like. And then of course, now Macklin gets emotional because he's yelling at Santana, 6 weeks. You put me on the shelf for 6 weeks. I was like, bitch, it was 6 weeks, not 6 months, not 6 years. Now, I don't want to downplay because that was very scary what happened at Sacrifice.
Hell
But
yeah.
bitch, calm down. Macklin, sir, calm yourself down. I need you to take several seats. But our main event action coming up in just a minute because God,
like
I just want to punch them. I want to punch them in the face.
Top 5 most punchable faces, easy.
I'm like, you're annoying. Oh, it's just like, Ariana girl, I need you to run far away. Run for the hills. So Stax and Santino is set for next week. as well as Eddie Edwards versus Fabian Eichner. And we have our Champions Challenge with the men and our Knockouts Champion Challenge too. Still don't know.
Wait. I just realized what Fabian Eichner reminds me of, like the shape of his face, like the shape of his face and everything.
I think I know where this is going, but to say it anyways.
Handsome Squidward.
Yep, there it is. Hey, Squidward. Hey, Squidward. Hey, Squidward. We like to have fun here at our show. Now I can't unsee it. I'm mad, I'm angry, and I'm hysterically laughing. Thanks, Will.
What he looks like handsome Squidward.
Will cracking himself up was so much more entertaining than a good chunk of the show right now.
Oh my god!
Listen, yeah. we got Will to turn lobster pink, so that is a win for me. It's gonna be great. But that is what's in store for us next week. But we end this week's episode of TNA with our main event, a rematch from Sacrifice because of Macklin getting clacked cold. And so we get the rematch between Mike Santana and Steve Macklin for the TNA World Championship.
I do love this image because in the background, it looks like they're having a yelling match. Just like, I can be louder. No, I can be louder.
I love it. Now, I will say, despite me taking a poo-poo all over Macklin, and it's just like 10-yard stare, I really did like this match. And I was just like, this is the match that was meant to be at Sacrifice. So I'm finally glad we got it.
And honestly, that's how they kept billing it over the course of the match. And that's what it felt like. It's basically them running it back and saying, you know what? Basically saying like, hey, TNA, we're really sorry about what happened. We're TNA audience. We're really sorry about what happened. This is what you should have gotten. And here it is on as close to free TV as we can.
And it was hella awesome.
Yeah. This was a fantastic match. Not going to lie.
It was great. Mike Santana retained. So I was like, we as the audience, I will give kudos to TNA because half the time, like if something happens like this, if somebody gets injured, usually in other companies, we don't get to run it back.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that TNA gave us this. But now my question is, what's next for Michael Santana?
So two things that I want to point out is that I think one of the reasons this was so effective is because why Mike has been in kind of a holding pattern the last 6 months is because they knew that Steve Macklin was coming back soon. Because like while I'm sitting here thinking about like sort of the timeline of things, it kind of reminded me of how the MJF Adam Cole feud should have gone. Unfortunately, both of those guys got injured like as soon as the other one got better, and it just sort of stretched it out way too long and just went south, you know. But this is how that should have gone. Like have him out for 6 weeks, come back, and then this is the match we were supposed to have. The other thing, I laughed out loud in this match when Steve Macklin went chin to face with Carlos Silva
and told him to sit back in his cuck chair.
Yes,
I was like,
sit back down in the cuck chair. It's like, just like,
oh my god, yes. I'm glad you brought it up because I was about to bring it up too. But listen, if anything caught me this evening more than that sentence did, I was just like, oh my god, that shit was funny.
If Carlos Silva was more of a public figure, like if he was cutting promos to that, like we would have to get that chant started. Cuck chair, cuck chair, cuck chair.
Steve Macklin going in this weird direction for his character now has me interested, especially if he's going to call Carlos Silva, like continue to literally tell Carlos Silva to sit in his cuck chair and call him a cuck.
I popped for that one too. That was good. Also another point sitting back and thinking about this match, just like from like a critical standpoint. this honestly, this did for Steve Macklin for me. Like I've like since getting back into TNA, I've never liked Steve Macklin. It's been like none of it has ever really connected for me until this match. Like obviously the promo stuff, the segments today were kind of him just, you know,
Cthulhu got to his brains.
Yeah, pretty much. He
witnessed the cosmic horror of some kind.
Yeah, he's sitting there like the wheel is spinning, but the hamster's dead.
Oh.
But in the match, in the ring, dude went like that. This was a very impressive display of athleticism, you know, like and not just athleticism too, but like one spot notwithstanding. The table spot that he had, again, not a bump that I'm going to take anytime soon. But I wish that could have been done a little better. Like just the sort of like dead flopping through the table. That will be a minor nitpick on this. But like the spot where he had that he got whipped and just kind of like dropped to his knees, like in supposed exhaustion, as the playing possum kind of thing. That was really well done. Like that was like, and especially like sort of playing on Mike's character. That plays on Mike's character being like he still has respect for Steve. Like through all this, it's like, I respect you as a competitor, I respect you as a man. So like when he just drops to his knees, Mike's first thing is like, no, like, dude, are you okay? Like, let's get you to stand up. And it was a ruse, but like, yeah, it was really well done.
It really was, and I was just like, damn. I'm a fan of Macklin. I always have been. But I will admit that in the most recent year, I'm like, it's been a weird trajectory in terms of him. And then I felt like character choices were like not matching up with me.
Well, they also never really pulled, like, over the last year, they had a hard time pulling the trigger on like if they wanted to be a heel or a babyface.
Right. But now him being a heel does work. And yeah, the intensity was there. And I was like, thank you, TNA, for running this back and giving us the match that, was supposed to happen at Sacrifice. And I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully this frees Mike up to have a actual feud going forward, because the last 2 months have been, hey, the match at Sacrifice didn't happen. So we like the Eddie Edwards feud was probably the backup plan. And I felt like that's how it was built going into Rebellion, just a little bit. But who knows? Macklin still might be running around here somewhere around Mike. Eddie is still wanting to come back for this. Nick Nemeth still got that call your shot gauntlet running around too. My ultimate goal, and I know babyface versus babyface is really hard to pull off if you don't do it right, but my ultimate goal is I want Mike to be able to keep Macklin, Eddie, and Nick Nemeth in some capacity, like be able to overcome them. And then I would love to see him finally give it up have Leon be the one to take it off of him, because I think that will massively. Leon is already up there. I mean, we love him. The world loves him. Wrestling fans love him. Him as world champion would just push his stock even further. Honestly.
Yep.
So ultimately, I'm okay with Mike holding it for the rest of the year, but I would love for Leon to be the one to take it off of him. And honestly, you can truly have a passing the torch moment, because at this point, Mike has really done it all at this point in his career spanning 20 plus years. And what a way to put over a new young rising star who's going to have a future in this industry.
Yep.
So, but that is how TNA goes off the air. Michael Santana celebrating with his championship. Great main event, a really weird episode in other capacity. And again, next week we have both the men's and the Knockouts and Champions Challenge matches. We have Fabian Eichner versus Edward Edwards. And we also are getting
Handsome Squidward versus your cousin from Boston.
Oh my. Thanks a lot. And then we're also getting Stax versus Santino, which is going to turn into a mixed tag team match. because Ariana Grace is going to do some messing around and some interference because Indy is going to come out, and I'm just like, great. As long as we get it out of our system before Slammiversary, we're good. Very interested though to see how Slammiversary turns out because they made 3 announcements that are really weird, especially that we're not really building to Slammiversary yet. But whatever. The most recent announcement, of course, is that all the championships will be on the line, which I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. But then we also find out there's going to be they didn't say a ladder match. They said the ladder match is coming back to Slammiversary. I'm like, isn't that just a regular ladder match? Like, unless you're going to do Full Metal Mayhem, are we going to do King of the Hill? Like, what are we doing? And then Ultimate X is also coming back, though, too. I was like, baller. Interested to see how that going to go.
Very nice.
So I was like, well, there. And I would say that's where Cedric is going to put that title on the line in Ultimate X. But we have seen other championships be in Ultimate X, but Ultimate X's should be reserved for the X Division Championship. Yep. But we shall see in the next coming weeks because Slammiversary is a month away, and we'll see what happens. But I would like to thank my cohort, my compatriot, my conglomerate, if you will. I would like to just say thank you to Radio Free Will because he is fresh air. He's fun and really, as late it is for him, it's really a nice way to unwind after a busy week and get the weekend started because we're here to party with TNA. We spend a lot of time together, so we're about to be on that same wavelength.
Yep.
But the weekend is just getting started, so Saturday and Sunday is going to be jam-packed with BC WrestlePod stuff as well. Tomorrow night, I will be here, and I will be bringing in Kilt, who is going to be doing a live watch-along with me for Saturday night's main event. And then on Sunday, Benny will be, my AEW cohort, Benny will be coming in to do the live watch-along of Double or Nothing with me, so... Will we see a bald MJF? I highly doubt it, but that will be funny as fuck. As well as very interested, especially with the New York Athletic Commission, how this 7-on-7 Stadium Stampede match is going to go.
I have a coworker of mine is just getting into AEW. Because he has been sort of frustrated with how WWE's been going,
right?
And I've been sort of running him through like, here's some of the names you want to keep an eye on just for the thing. And he says like, what's this big 7-on-7 match? I'm like, oh, the shit is about to hit the fan.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yep.
But again, I'm very interested to see how this match is gonna go because I'm like, the Athletic Commission in New York don't like bleeding, so like. But we're also in a tennis stadium, so I need tennis rackets. I need tennis balls. I need there to be a pre-tape segment of this match where somebody is getting on like the ball machine and just firing tennis balls at people. You use your environment, like when we did it at Daly's place and we had those pre-tapes of the club and in the field. I was just like, yes. Stadium Stampede is one of my most favorite matches because this is where all the unhinged ideas happen. Oh, yeah. We had Hangman coming in on a horse. We had the epic, like, memeable golf cart spot.
The founding fathers spot. Okay,
the founding fathers spot was insane.
The forklift. I mean,
like we're just playing. Let the bodies hit the floor. And like
back to back with Mbop,
which was great. And then the Jackson brothers yelling and be like, "Turn it off! We don't have that much of a budget." Oh man, Double or Nothing is about to be fun. Of course, bummed to hear that they had to pull Willow and Alex Windsor's match because Willow is hurt. I'm excited though. Mina and Athena gonna bring it. Athena is probably gonna win though. I was like the forever ROH champion girl. But really fun matchups. Low key, the match I'm looking forward to the most, spoiler alert, because I know it's gonna be epic. I'm really looking forward to Swerve and Bandito. I'm like, ooh, this match gonna be fun. Also, I'm looking forward to Will and Joe because that match also gonna slap. But anyways, that is the weekend. Me and Will gonna get up on out of here so I could talk to him about the lore of most popular girls in school. But from all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. I'll see you tomorrow for our watch along for Saturday night's main event. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.